Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This pick a card reading is about what's going on underneath the surface of your situation. So basically it could be something that you're aware of, maybe something you're not aware of, but really what's going on? Like what's really going on is the question, right? Sometimes again it's things that we can see but then not see. It's kind of hidden underneath the surface somewhere, the full scope of what's going on in any given situation, right? So that's what we're going to look at today. If you haven't as of yet chosen a crystal on the table, by all means go ahead and do that now. There are timestamps in the description box as well as in the pinned comment section, if I remember to put them in there, where you can go to the very beginning of the video. There is a portion of silence where you can look at the cards or the crystals up close. You could also look at a up-close picture clip. Take as much time as you need during those segments to choose, and let's say if you feel led to intuitively to pick more than one card or crystal on the table, by all means go ahead and listen to your gut intuition. I'm always going to encourage that here. Pick more than one if you feel it necessary. These readings are timeless, so whether you watch at the upload time or sometime after, if it's placed into your awareness and you feel that intuitive nudge to watch, there could indeed be a message here for you. Nonetheless, these readings are general, so keep that in mind when you're watching. You all come from different walks of life. There's no way that I can possibly expect to connect with each and every one of you that are watching. I always say, if it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. And I also recommend that maybe if this particular reading is not the one for you, like it doesn't connect, let's say, maybe consider checking out my pick a card playlist. I have a bunch of pick a cards I've already done. There could be one in that group of pick a cards in that playlist that might have a message that will connect for you better. And let's say I'm not the one for you as a reader. That's okay too, because YouTube has many readers out there. I'm pretty sure the universe will direct you to the one that has the messages that you are looking for, if I so happen not to be the one. Nonetheless, I hope you find a message here, but if you don't, that's okay. I'm sure a message will be shown to you synchronistically via serendipity with the universe's guidance somewhere in YouTube world. Okay, so much love to you. I will meet you at your reading. Hello, pile number one viewers. You chose this gorgeous piece of carnelian as your crystal. That's your crystal. I'm going to put that there. This is your card. There is a message on the back of that, but I'm going to pull that over to see what it says once we get further into the reading. What we're looking at is your situation. We want to take a look at what's happening underneath the surface of your situation. It could be something you're aware of, maybe something you're not aware of, maybe something you're trying to figure out but you need confirmation on. It's weird how we experience different things, but there's oftentimes a perspective that we don't always see for ourselves, right? So that's why I wanted to do this pick a card reading to see if we can get some guidance, right, in regards to what's truly happening underneath the surface of your situation. Now, the way that I'm going to do this, pile number one viewers, is that I'm going to shuffle the deck, but I'm going to read from the bottom, okay? I'm not going to read from the top. So, pile number one viewers, what is happening underneath the surface of your situation? What's really happening underneath the surface of it all? For pile number one viewers. So we want 1, 2, and 3. Now, what I'm going to do is, if I have to grab from the top, right, to see what the surface level stuff is, I will. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. So let's take a look, see what's happening underneath the surface of your situation. All right, so we have the King of Wands, that's Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. We have the 8 of Cups. Oh, and we have the 9 of Cups. All right, so interesting. King of Wands. Did I say that? Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, 8 of Cups, and 9 of Cups. Okay, so underneath the surface, there's a desire to walk away from something or to seek that which is calling you. Okay. there's a desire underneath the surface to pursue something with the Eight of Cups. Okay. And it feels like a desire to go in the direction of what will make you happy with the Nine of Cups over here. 9 is a wish fulfillment card. 9 of Cups could also speak of something you wish for dearly, and that could definitely be a manifestation that you're working on. So there's a desire with the King of Wands because he's passionate, motivated, and is a go-getter, right? Normally a go-getter. Wants to go after the things that fuel his passion. It's big ideas that get put into action. So I feel like underneath the surface, there's an idea that you have, and it's something to do with your soul's calling, because a lot of times the Eight of Cups will go in the direction of what it feels led to pursue. Because there's only 8 cups in this situation, but the person in the Eight of Cups wants 10 cups, right? Why are you going to settle for 8 cups when you can have 10? So underneath the surface, there could be something that you're not fully satisfied with because it's only giving you a portion of what you desire. And the feelings perhaps underneath the surface, like the root of whatever it is you're experiencing, might be that you know there's something out there for you. Maybe you've contemplated taking action upon it but haven't quite done it yet, but there's a desire to do it because you feel like there's something else out there for you. The Nine of Cups is indicating progression. You go from an 8 of Cups to a 9 underneath the surface. So underneath the surface, your soul and the way that that spark is lit inside you with the King of Wands, because I always feel like he holds the eternal flame, right? The spark that's been inspired inside of you, it's not in vain. The Nine of Cups is telling us that it's out there. Again, we go from the 8 of Cups to the 9 of Cups to then the ultimate goal, which would be the 10 of Cups, right? Having it all. Having the full picture of what is happiness and emotional fulfillment in love, maybe, in life. But there's a desire to go pursue something more. And this is telling us that underneath the surface, your soul is correct. If it's guiding you or moving you to pursue something beyond your present, it's because it knows that this 9 of Cups is out there, which would then one step above that would be the 10, which is out there too, right? So this is showing us that your soul is, the root of the situation is that your soul is calling you to go somewhere else, do something else, pursue something else, seek maybe love somewhere else, or wish somewhere else. It could be that your wish fulfillment, the 9 of Cups, is not where you are right now. And the 8 of Cups takes a journey. It's a soul-searching journey to go find that, to go seek that. So the root of the situation is that there's a desire to seek your wish fulfillment. Because where you are right now, what you're doing right now, maybe who you're with for some of you right now, is not giving you what you need. You know there's 9 and 10 cups out there. Your soul acknowledges this. Your soul is accurate in this. Your soul knows this. Your soul senses this. You've been, and maybe perhaps for some of you, inspired to pursue this. Again, King of Wands is divine inspiration, divine spark, spiritual stirrings, okay? And then we have the 8 of Cups, which is a soul-searching card, goes in pursuit of a higher calling, a higher purpose, that which will fulfill it fully. And then we see the progression of the 8 to the 9. So again, it's just confirmation that your soul knows something on a maybe subconscious level that perhaps your conscious hasn't quite figured out yet. And maybe I hope that this reading has helped maybe confirm that to you, or help the light bulb go off for you. I'm also with the King of Wands picking up like an angst, right? Under the surface, there's some angst brewing. Tension even maybe brewing. Because with the King of Wands energy, because it's fire, you can't hold him down. Like, again, that go-getter energy, you can't hold that down for long. It's Mars energy, right? It's that warrior. So the longer you get held down, it feels like the more angst you'll feel until you liberate yourself to pursue that which is stirring in your soul to pursue, to bring you wish fulfillment and or the accomplishment of a manifestation. Okay. Let's see what's happening surface level. Okay, surface level, on the surface. The sun. This is about your success. Like, you want to succeed. Okay. The Ten of Swords. Wow. So the success level energy of the sun, right, sheds light and brings clarity. I think you're coming out of a difficult chapter with the Ten of Swords. Maybe some of you have ended a situation, or a situation has come to a close. You've gotten over a painful past situation is also what I'm getting from the Ten of Swords. This chapter is coming to a close. You're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Literally, the sun is the light at the end of the tunnel. So some of you are closing out a difficult chapter with the Ten of Swords, maybe betrayal, the ending of a relationship, maybe being at your lowest but climbing your way back up. I think maybe some of you right now are in the process of doing that, because we have the sun, which is indication of positive life force energy and vitality upon your situation, right? So there is a positive spin to maybe a difficult cycle, right? There is a positive light at the end of the tunnel after a period of difficulty, surface level, and you probably already know this, right? The thing is that now that thing has come to a close, it feels like, and you do have clarity with the sun of what you want, what you desire. Underneath the surface, the stirrings are getting stronger. I think with the Ten of Swords and the sun together, you've picked yourself up from this situation. You're picking yourself back up. You got clarity of what you want, what you don't want. Maybe you had to learn that the hard way with the Ten of Swords. You know, we all have growing pains that we must, endure every once in a while. It feels like the Ten of Swords was a difficult learning cycle, but that's coming to a close because it's a 10. And it's shedding a lot of light on what you want, who you are, what you desire. And there's some stirring going on underneath the surface of these changes and this ending of a chapter that you've perhaps experienced. Okay, so let's see. Yes. Okay, 3 wands. Exploration, exploratory energy, wants to explore what's out there. It's not going to be satisfied with just anything. It wants to see what lies beyond. Okay, that's what the 3 of Wands does. It's expansion. It's a number 3. It expands. So it kind of feels like surface level, there's a change going on. There's an ending, the closing out of a chapter and the opening up of another one. And via the transition, right, from one chapter to the next, you're getting all this light shed on you. Clarity's coming. If you haven't gotten it already, clarity is coming. The sun brings it. It brings light and transparency. Things that were hidden from you are no longer hidden. Everything gets exposed with the sun. It is also Leo energy. We also have a King of Wands here. Somebody could be Leo. Somebody could have Aries, Sagittarius in a chart somewhere. Just throwing it out there in case. But I feel like surface level, there's a lot of things coming to a close. A difficult cycle is coming to a close. And I think that you truly are understanding where it is that you want to go next. The 3 of Wands does that. It looks over the horizon and it realizes that there's a whole nother world out there. Sometimes it could talk of travel, literal or figurative. It's like the desire and the plans to make moves figurative and literal. Surface level, you're thinking outside your box. You're expanding your view and your horizons with the 3 of Wands. And under the surface, whether you realize it or not, there's something brewing. A desire to seek more outside of where you are right now, or who you're with, or what you're doing for your work or vocation. right? There's a desire to seek something more fulfilling than what your present is presently offering. And it's about your wish fulfillment with the Nine of Cups. It's about what's going to make you happiest as an individual. It's about what's going to bring you in alignment with your higher self, or with the highest version of yourself, or even self-love with the Nine of Cups. There's a stirring to pursue something beyond your now. Okay? These ideas are brewing, right? And the root of it is that there's something else waiting for you that maybe you can't see right now. There's another place, another person, another, maybe, like I said, vocation that is pulling on you, right? Or spirit is guiding you to, or leading you to, or showing you that there's something else that's possible for you. And I say that with the Three of Wands. Underneath the surface, there's these stirrings. You may not even realize what's happening, or where it's coming from, or what's inspiring it, but it's trying to put you on the path with the Eight of Cups to go seek it. Okay, so let's see what this card says. Okay, this is what you chose. Okay, so it says communication. A reunion could bring love or a rekindling of friendships. A lucky win seems likely. Whoa. So when I think of reunion, okay, I think of reuniting perhaps with the thing that's going to make you happiest. Could be a person, could be a place, could be a thing, could be a job. A lucky win seems likely, perhaps a lucky break in this department. A reunion, the coming together, a union, right? Or a reunion, the coming together of something. Maybe there needs to be communication in your situation in order to expand something further, whether it's maybe with you or with somebody else. Maybe some of you will be communicating that you're going to go seek something else. You're going to go pursue something else. That's a possibility. I feel like the Three of Wands literally just told me cast a net. Cast the net. Sometimes you got to throw something out there. But sometimes you got to say what you need to say, put it out there, and see what the response is, right? That could be a job application. That could be communication with you and somebody else. Maybe communication with you and your guides. Okay. But I feel like cast the net. Normally when you cast a net in the ocean, it's to bring in a catch, right? To bring in fish, let's say. And fish itself are a symbol of abundance. Sometimes also when you cast your net, it's kind of like a metaphor, I feel personally, of like throwing yourself out there, taking a risk, seeing what you get. And sometimes in order to, right, win something, we got to play the game. So maybe there's a risk that's needs to be taken in order to perhaps pursue a wish or a manifestation or something that you feel is beyond where you are right now. Because if you look at the Three of Wands, he's looking out into the distance. There's a whole world out there to explore. Possibilities are endless. Okay. So pile number 1, this is your reading. I'm going to leave you here. If you feel like this has helped or connected for you, by all means, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe as well to support my channel. And if you want to take it a step further to support what I do, maybe consider checking me out on Etsy. I do have handmade crystal jewelry. I have really cool tektites, moldavite, Libyan desert glass, and all that stuff. And I also have personal readings when available. I know I haven't had readings up in a couple weeks. That's because I've been like crazy busy with other orders and stuff like that with jewelry. So I'm trying to get caught up. I promise as soon as I get caught up with that, I will put a few more readings up on the shop. So keep an eye out for that. Visit me whenever you feel up to it. But I wish you much love wherever you are. Take care of yourselves, okay? And always keep shining. Pile number 2 viewers, you chose this gorgeous piece of Labradorite. I don't know if you could see the, well, probably not. There goes some flash. There you go. It's a hard one to pick up, but it's there. That's your crystal. I'm going to put that there. This is, actually, you have 2 cards that flew out for you during the shuffle process of these little Chinese fortune cards. Anyhow, I will read these because they do have messages on the back. I will read those closer towards the end. I just want to get a couple of cards out on the table first. We're looking at what's really going on underneath the surface of your situation. Perhaps it's something you're aware of, maybe it's something you're not. Sometimes when we're going through things, we can, we kind of wonder what really is happening right now, right? Like what's really going on right now. So that's why I figured I would go ahead and look at me dropping things. Look at this topic for a reading to see what's happening underneath the surface of your situation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle the deck. I'm going to grab from the bottom. Okay, that's going to basically be the underlying energy. And then if I need to grab cards to look at the surface level situation, I will grab from the top. Okay, so pile number 2 viewers, we want to take a look at what is happening underneath the surface of your situation. Underneath the surface of your situation, pile number 2 viewers. Let's see what that looks like. All right, so we want 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's underneath the surface. Like I said, if I need to grab from the top, I will. Let's see what's happening underneath the surface. The 5 of Pentacles, the Fool energy, and the 9 of Wands. So underneath the surface, there could have been a loss of something. There could be a feeling of lack mentality as well. If you feel like you're lacking something or something you don't have and you're struggling to get ahead, sometimes the 5 of Pentacles can speak of that difficulty or that instability that oftentimes we feel in a situation. Could be financial, especially with the 5 of Pentacles. Maybe it could be underneath the surface. There's so many issues going on. Maybe a struggle to get ahead financially. Oftentimes, the 5 of Pentacles can speak of feeling like we're missing something. Like something is missing from us, or we are lacking something. Sometimes that lack could be a simple mindset, right? The Fool energy will talk about new things. So underneath the surface, there's a new energy here, or there's a risk that needs to be taken, maybe monetarily or financially, that maybe you could be hesitant or scared to take, especially with the 9 of Wands. Okay? Sometimes we do have to take a risk on ourselves. Sometimes we do have to make an initial investment in order to, right? Sometimes you have to spend money to make money is kind of what this is feeling like, these 3 cards underneath the surface. So that could be an issue for some of you. But it also feels like there's this new beginning that's opened up to you. There's a chance and an opportunity to pursue something and go in the direction of something, but there's some fear attached. Maybe there's a fear of not having enough, or not being satisfied, or not being satisfying. Underneath the surface, there could be some trepidation, worry, maybe even anxiety, or a feeling of it being too risky. So you hesitate and you don't take that chance that the Fool normally would take. It's also, I feel, because the 5 of Pentacles is next to the Fool, there's kind of like this feeling of a struggle to find optimism. A struggle to be optimistic. I feel like underneath the surface, there is new energy opening up to you. But there's some fear attached to the new. Like you could be scared of, change. because again, it's brand new energy. An old chapter has closed. That means you're walking into something new with the Fool, and it's the unknown, right? The Fool definitely can be an energy where you're walking into the unknown. You don't know what lies ahead, and that can be a little scary because you don't know what awaits you on this new journey, this new path. Some of you could be fearing that something will go wrong. Something could go wrong on this new journey, on this new path, or with taking a risk. You don't want to take that risk. You don't want to take that chance. Sometimes, you know, there's a feeling of wanting to stay where you're comfortable because at least it's predictable, right? It's safe. The Five of Pentacles definitely can talk about, you know, looking for sanctuary or looking to be or feel safe. Because it's looking for shelter, right? Normally the Five of Pentacles card will talk about looking for shelter or a safe haven. So again, I feel like underneath the surface, there's this new energy opening up to you, but maybe you don't feel safe or secure because maybe, like the Fool, he's actually flying. You know, normally the Fool doesn't read like this to me, but it's giving me vibes of maybe in this new chapter, this new energy opening up to you, it feels like things are up in the air, and he's literally up in the air. So maybe it feels like things are up in the air, and it puts you on edge because you don't really maybe have solid footing or solid ground, right? Because he's definitely not on solid ground, the Fool. He's floating up there. So that could, with the Nine of Wands, put you a little on edge. And it could be that maybe you are the Nine of Wands energy. You are that wounded warrior. You've been through so much. It's like, okay, I don't want one more thing to go wrong. I'm excited about new things, sort of, but I'm also scared at the same time. I just don't want things to turn to shit, if you know what I mean, right? Like, that's what it feels like underneath the surface. There's this brand new energy, and it's like the universe is coaxing you to explore, because that's what the Fool does. Explore this new path, explore this new chapter in your life. See what lies ahead. Be open to the possibilities. Step outside your box a little bit. Explore. Go smell the roses, you know. Take a chance or a leap of faith on yourself. Have courage to brave the unknown. But it could be that there's old patterns or paradigms of fear that come back with the Nine of Wands, especially with the Five of Pentacles, that make you worried or put you on edge or make you think you're not going to have enough, or anything could go wrong at any moment, or that you don't have enough to do what you want to do or pursue what you want to pursue. And a lot of that could be self-imposed limitations of the mind, right? That keep us in place. Or keep us where we feel safe and comfortable, because it keeps us from challenging ourselves, right? Sometimes when we take a risk, it challenges us to take that risk and face our fears to do it. And I know that's hard. So underneath the surface, there's a fear behind taking a risk or doing something different or new with the Fool, because there's a concern behind whether it'll turn out okay or not, or there's a concern, am I going to be able to jump and have the net appear to catch my fall should something go wrong, right? But there's an opportunity here to do something new, pursue something new, go somewhere new, explore something completely different outside of your current box. If you really want it, underneath the surface, it's there. But I think you got to face some of your fears to do it. And challenge yourself to face your fears to do it. Okay, so let's see what's happening surface level. The Strength, okay? That's Leo energy. The star, okay? The star, that's Aquarius, and that's also wish fulfillment energy, divine guidance. And the Three of Pentacles. So this could be work related, goal related, especially, okay, with the Three of Pentacles there. Surface level, this could be about a wish or something that you have your intention set on. Underneath the surface, there's some fear attached, though, to this new beginning you're opening yourself up to. The Strength card does talk about overcoming the shadow and even the fears, the need to kind of rise above them, right? So they don't have control over you. You can conquer them. And you could tell the fears to take a back seat. It's kind of feeling like to say to you, what do you want more, right? Your wish, your dreams, with the star energy here. Do you want it bad enough that you can cast your fears aside or conquer over them or dominate over them, right? What do you want more, to live your dream or to stay safe, right? Because there's a choice there. You can stay where it's comfortable, or you can face your fear and go in pursuit of your dream, your goal, your wish, your manifestation, perhaps. There's an opportunity to do that here with this reading. Surface level, you could definitely be trying to overcome your fears with the Strength card. It does talk about fortitude and resilience, right? And courage, the need for courage. If you don't have it, there's a need to gain courage and confidence. So surface level, you could be working on that shadow aspect to gain confidence and courage in yourself. There's something you're working on with the Three of Pentacles here. Surface level, you're putting a lot of work and energy into something to build something up. It could be a wish, a dream, a hope, okay? Something you have faith in, maybe the divine guidance of the universe as well. Could be, with this card especially, ancestor spirit guides working to guide you right and true towards something that you have in mind, goal-wise or dream or manifestation-wise, wish-wise. So surface level, I feel like I think surface level, right now, a lot of you are working on overcoming the shadow. So it doesn't keep you from pursuing a wish. I think right now you're working with the Three of Pentacles on conquering the shadow. And right now, practicing faith and hope that the divine will guide you right and true to receive it or achieve it. But it's taking a lot of facing your fears, braving the unknown to do it. Underneath the surface it feels like there's a risk or a leap that you got to take, or that spirit is waiting for you to take in order for this wish fulfillment to be delivered to you. Surface level, you could be working on a goal. You could be, for some of you with the Three of Pentacles and the Strength, maybe working a lot, putting a lot of your energy into this because it's something you maybe are passionate about. I could also see this love-wise, okay? I'm going to throw this out there for some of you. Love-wise, if this is a situation where, you know, maybe you and your person are not together, okay? Or let's say you've had difficulties. It feels like you're either trying to work on it, or surface level trying to work on it, but, you know, trusting that the universe with faith and hope will make this come together. where you can work together as a team and get through it. On the other hand, I could see this where some of you might be distant, because stars are distant from us, right? We can't reach them. They're up in the sky. They're at a distance we can look. We can't touch, but we can admire from afar. It could be that surface level, you and your person are distant from each other, and you're enduring, right? The distance at this time, maybe that distance is because of a difficulty. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's geographical. I mean, there's so many reasons why we could be figurative or literally distant from someone. But surface level, there's a desire to like work on this and work through the difficulties or the shadow aspects that come up and trigger each other, right? Surface level. But underneath the surface, there's a concern or worry or fear that this new beginning that you guys are maybe working on together might not take off. Okay, because we have the Knight of Wands, which is a little bit of scared and worried and, you know, kind of always looking over your shoulder, wondering when something else is going to go wrong. Maybe there's a fear underneath the surface as well that someone would leave you out in the cold. Like it's kind of like this feeling, if I gave them another chance, will they leave me out in the cold? Right, with the Five of Pentacles. Here I'm offering them a new beginning. I'm taking a risk and opening myself up to them again. But then, you know, there's always a chance they could leave again, right? Like, that's kind of what it feels like. Okay, that's a side note. But overall, it feels like surface level, you're working on something, you're putting your energy into something, you're trying to overcome the shadow aspects that would keep you maybe from achieving something, accomplishing something, manifesting something with the star, because it is wish fulfillment. But it's, you know, it's difficult. It's been difficult with this energy underneath the surface. Not only that, the Fool is like offering you a chance or a leap of faith, right? I feel like in order to really launch a goal or something off the ground, there's gonna need to have a leap of faith moment eventually, and you're gonna have to face your fears to break the barrier to this wish fulfillment, is what this is saying as well. If there's difficulties of lack mentality, that could also hinder your, like if there's mindsets of lack mentality or fear attached to maybe not achieving a goal, that can also create resistance and or hinder it. All right, so be mindful of your thought process too when it comes to your wish. Because subconsciously, that could thwart the progress that you're making and all the work you're putting into something to make something happen for yourself, right? And sometimes that subconscious programming, we're not aware of it. We don't always realize that we do that to ourselves, right? So let's see what these cards say, because like I said, you did have two fly out for you, and I honored both of them and left them there. So let's see what this says. All right, it says, and bear with me because I'm trying to read this through the screen. It says, declutter your life. Let go of correspondence, objects, and people you no longer want. Someone will hurt your feelings and reveal a new side of themselves that you may wish to avoid. Whoa. So decluttering, okay? Decluttering can mean get rid of things that aren't working. If it's a mindset, that needs to change, right? If there's some issues with a person, you know, that can definitely speak of that. And I was picking up a little bit of the vibe that this could be about a person or a situation with somebody. If someone did hurt your feelings, you could be, you know, enduring that right now. But again, with fortitude, strength, resilience is built through the process of enduring something. Okay. So I don't know, again, if this is a love situation, I'm going to read this in a second, but I don't know if this is a love situation, right? You could be wishing to work on the connection with them, but if they let you out in the cold, it kind of feels like a new beginning could be difficult in coming, okay? And that maybe is what this is about. So it's basically declutter your life from anything that's not working. If it's a mindset that's keeping you from accomplishing a goal, that needs to change. I think with the Strength card, though, some of you might already be working on that. Because, again, the Strength card talks about rising above the things that would trigger us on a shadow level, right? And having the ability to conquer over those things rather than have them dominate us. Anyway, this says surprise. It says a disappointment will be followed by a pleasant surprise. An invitation could bring love to those searching. Interesting. Well, I mean, we do have cards of somewhat disappointment with the Five of Pentacles especially. What this is telling me is that try not to focus on what went wrong. If something did go wrong, try not to put your energy even into the fears, because there is some kind of divine guidance happening over here with the Star, for one, which is trying to guide you right and true, okay, towards something that's, I feel like I want to say special to you, right? I always look at the Star as our ancestral star family. There's a connection to the divine via this card and the way that the divine guides us and leads us. So I feel like that is a positive. This is the positive here in this spread, that there is something that Spirit is guiding you to. And I think that's what the surprise is. Even if at this time you're plugging away, you're working on something, you're enduring for now, you're doing the best that you can for now, even though there's fears that you're working through, there's still a surprise on the other side of what you're experiencing right now. A pleasant surprise, an invitation could bring love to those searching. Maybe a phone call, maybe, I don't know, for some of you it could be something that is on your heart, because it says an invitation could bring love to those searching. Could be literal love, like maybe a soulmate connection reunited, perhaps. Underneath the surface, though, it feels like there are some fears attached to that reuniting, or if it's ever going to take off or ever going to come together. So for some of you, it could be a happy reunion. For some of you, there are some things that need to change and shift in that love dynamic in order for it to get off the ground and have the happy beginning that the Fool usually wants to bring, right? Optimistic beginning. So there's definitely some decluttering that needs to happen if it's a love situation. Some things need to get cleaned up and cleared up, okay, in that scenario, to truly liberate the situation, to have the beginning that the Fool wants to have, right? To take the new journey and the new chapter that the Fool wants to take. Because the Fool always has to remove baggage, right? It carries and travels lightly. It always has that little satchel. That's about it. It doesn't carry much with him. It can't where it's going. It has to let the baggage go from the past. You got to put the past behind it in order for it to embark upon a new journey and explore what lies ahead. So that is a form of decluttering. You're simplifying. You're getting rid of what's not working in order to pursue something new, take a risk, release fear, embrace the new. You can't be bogged down and hindered with the fears of the past, the things of the past that you can't change, right? And that goes for anything. If it's not love, then, you know, same thing applies. If you're in the pursuit of a goal and there's this new energy trying to open up to you, but you're scared of something going wrong, here's this new energy trying to open up to you. But underneath the surface, if you're still holding on to that fear, that worry, that doubt, that lack, right? You're still carrying the weight of those things on your back, when the Fool, all he wants to do is be free of them. He wants to be free to pursue the new. But it's hard for him to pursue the new when he always has that weight on him from the past, right? It weighs him down. what we want to do is lighten the load of the fool so he can start a new journey and explore, you know, at his will. So I'm also feeling like underneath the surface there's a surprise. You've been enduring a lot. You've been going through it. It feels like you've been working hard on goals, perhaps for some of you, putting a lot of energy and effort into the things that you desire. And even though you're enduring for now, there's something positive that's on the other side of this, but there's a need to trust and have faith that Spirit is guiding you through this, and that you will overcome your fears, your worries, your doubts, your ideas of lack. You will conquer over them. So don't lose hope, right? Because the star does talk about faith and hope. Don't lose hope. Because there's something positive on the other side of this. As you get rid of the mindset or the worries, the fears that aren't working, you do liberate yourself. You do free yourself up to then receive. Because it doesn't create a blockage anymore to have those fears in the way. It doesn't create a blockage towards your wish anymore. Once those fears are worked through with the Strength card and overcome. Okay. So that's what I have for you, pile number 2 viewers. This is your reading. If you feel that this has helped or connected for you, by all means, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. If you want to take a step further to support what I do, consider checking me out on Etsy. I do have handmade crystal jewelry, really cool crystals like Moldavite, Libyan desert glass, and I also have personal readings there when available. I just want to give you guys a heads up. It's been like a week or two I haven't had readings up. It's because I've been I've been really busy and trying to get caught up on all my crystal jewelry things. So once I get caught up with that, I will definitely have personal readings out again. So just please be patient with me. Nonetheless, pay me a visit if you want to see some of my creativity. I do have really cool things that I make there as well. So much love to you wherever you are. Take care of yourselves, okay, pile number 2 viewers, and like the star, okay, that you are, keep shining. Pile number 3 viewers, you chose this gorgeous piece of tiger's eye. Wow. So that's your crystal. I will put that there. This is your card. There is a message on the back of this. I will definitely incorporate it into the reading closer to the end. I just want to make sure that I get cards out on the table first. It's going to kind of act as your final oracle card. So what we are looking at today is what's happening underneath the surface of your situation. And in order to find that out, I'm going to shuffle the cards and grab from underneath the deck. Okay, so let's see, pile number 3 viewers. What's happening underneath the surface of your situation? It could be something you're aware of, maybe something you're not aware of. Maybe, you know, you're in the mindset of like, what the heck is really going on, right? Because sometimes when we're in the midst of a situation, we don't understand the root of the situation, or we don't understand why we feel the way we feel, why we're experiencing what we're experiencing. Sometimes we can't always see the forest through the trees, right? So let's see, pile number 3 viewers, what is happening underneath the surface of your situation? Pile number 3 viewers. Okay, I will accept that. And then I'm going to pull from the bottom, okay? So that's underneath. And then if I need to, I will grab from the top as the surface, like what's happening surface level, right? What we want to take a look at now, though, is underneath the surface, like the underlying energy of it all. All right, so we have the Judgment. That's what flew out. We have the Hermit, okay? Major Arcanas, by the way, 2 of them. And the Ace of Cups. Okay. Fascinating. So, wow. So underneath the surface, basically, this is telling me that there is a rebirth happening. You may not even realize this. Maybe it's a rebirth that's putting you on a soul-searching journey to find love for yourself, self-love, and maybe healing for some of you. Underneath the surface for others of you, it could be that you're really, really letting go of the past, maybe with someone, right? A past previous relationship. I think you've done your soul searching. You've taken that journey. You've taken that pilgrimage to the self. I think you've learned a lot about yourself after letting something or someone go. And now underneath the surface, right, the underlying energy is that there is love blooming or blossoming. You may not even be aware of it, that there's love, right? That there's love in this picture. Maybe renewal, right? A rekindling of love. A flame, maybe. And I say the flame because the hermit does carry the flame. So I feel like underneath the surface, like I feel like you're being led to this new love or this thing that's on your heart. But it's because you've released something. I also feel you've released something. You liberated yourself. Again, it's like that phoenix that rises from the ashes. You've changed. You're not the same person. Not with the Judgment card. Anything that would normally hold you back or hold you down, you've kind of released yourself from that, or cut. I don't know why I'm getting vibes of like cutting yourself away. Cutting yourself free. Yes, thank you. Cutting yourself free from the things that would tie you down, right? Hold you down. Pull you back down again. Not anymore. The Judgment card really underneath the surface is saying that maybe what you don't realize is that you really have let a lot go. You really have freed yourself of a lot of things that would normally hold you back or hold you down. Could be things of the past, people of the past, situations from the past, places, old baggage from the past. You're free of that. It's like you're traveling, like, you ever go on vacation and, I don't know, I travel this way, but you can check in a bag or you can just go hardcore and travel with just a carry-on, right? The Judgment to me is like traveling with a carry-on. That's it. I know it's not for everybody. I've learned to travel that way and I love it. But the Judgment is like, I got everything I need right here in this little bag. I'm good, right? That's what the Judgment is. Because where I'm going, I don't need all this extra junk weighing me down. And the Hermit is a traveler. Figurative, literal, doesn't matter. It's basically traveling lightly, just your carry-on bag, following where the divine is guiding you, and it's putting you on the path to this, what's on your heart. You may be aware that, yeah, you know, shoot, hindsight, I look at my situation, I've really come far. I've let a lot go. Some of you might be aware of that. Others of you may not have realized yet at this point. Maybe it's going to take this reading to point it out to you that you have overcome a lot, let go of a lot, released a lot, healed from a lot, and found yourself in the process. And now that you have, here you are opening yourself up to receive. Now that you've let that go and that's not a blockage anymore, here you are in pursuit of what's on your heart or what the universe wants to bless you with. And it feels like it's something new. Could be new love. I mean, if you look at the cards, just the body language in the cards, right? Let's just take a look at this. The Hermit, Virgo, by the way. That's you somewhere in your chart. But the Hermit has his back towards all these things that he's recently released and let go and liberated himself from. Literally, all he has is his book and his lamp. He does not need anything else. He can walk in the dark. It's good because it's all good because he has divine guidance with the flame, normally the star in the lantern, guiding his path. Lighting his path, right? The lamp unto his feet. And he has knowledge, wisdom in the book. That's all he needs. Inner knowledge and wisdom and knowing and the divine to guide the way on his destination, right? The Hermit is facing this new energy of the Ace of Cups. This is what he's seeking. He's already found himself on that journey through solitude. And now his heart is ready to receive. The cup is full. So it's telling me like what Spirit is guiding you to will fill your heart. Your cup will be full. It will runneth over. This is new. This is not anything from the past. Underneath the surface, you may not be aware that what you're walking into has nothing to do with the past, but has everything to do with your future and everything to do with the thing on your heart. Or what your heart seeks. Does your heart seek love? That's what I feel you're walking into. You may not realize it's underneath the surface. That's what's happening. You're gone through a major change or transition here because the Judgment is a transitionary card. It speaks of, you know, one door closing, another one opening. There's a couple of cards in the tarot that speak of that. The Death card is one. The Judgment is another. The Tower is another. The World is another. Oftentimes the Fool as well. Not so much closing something out, but taking the first step towards something new, right? In order to take the first step towards something new, you gotta put something behind you. You gotta complete something, right? That's why the World card is the last card in the tarot, or as far as the major arcana, before it starts over again at the Fool, right? You complete a cycle with the World. So all those cards talk about endings and or beginnings, or the transition from one ending to another beginning, or the closing out of a cycle and the opening up to another one, right? So underneath the surface, whether you're aware of this or not, you are making a major change and transition, rebirthing aspects of yourself. Maybe you've already done it. You're in the process of seeking what your heart desires, or what's on your heart, and also what seeks you. Because again, I look at the Hermit like being divinely guided by the divine, because the star is a symbol of the divine in his lamp. So you're being divinely guided. It's like you needed to release this and let this go in order to be divinely guided to what awaits you over here with the Ace of Cups. Okay? That's underneath the surface. Some of you might not even realize you're walking right into the thing that you want most. It kind of feels like with the Ace of Cups. Some of you with the Hermit have been doing a lot of meditating, perhaps. Trying to seek, right? Seek, because he's a soul searcher. With the Hermit. The Hermit and the Eight of Cups are soul searching cards. And it's like sometimes you do take that lonely journey. Sometimes you do go a period of inaction. It's an inaction card. I feel like I'm giving you guys tarot lessons or whatever. And other inaction cards would be the Four of Swords, right? The Two of Swords, sometimes the High Priestess, also the Hangman. Hermit is an inaction card. So I kind of feel like some of you have been meditating, and you've recently have been going through the process of trying to seek guidance or answers, right? But what this is saying is that underneath the surface, the answers are going to come. And as you continue, like the Hermit, to put one foot in front of the other day by day, the answers will be presented to you. Because the answers are in the book, right? And he holds the book. The answers are within the book, but they're also within yourself. And they also show up at the right time when the divine sees fit, right? But even if, with the hermit, sometimes you do walk in the dark, because he does. Even if sometimes you feel like you're walking in the dark, you're still walking in the direction of the thing on your heart. And some of you may not even realize that, okay? So let's see. Surface level, what's going on? This is what's underneath the surface that I don't think you realize. Like I said, I don't think you realize you're walking into the love of your life, or you're walking into the thing that you want most, or the thing that's on your heart the most, or that you're entering a period of renewal and happy healing as well. Because you let this go over here, right? There could be a few battle scars. Sometimes it takes, a lot to let something go, release it, be free of it, break the chains that bind, right? But the Ace of Cups does oftentimes talk of healing too, because it usually depicts water flowing, and we do have the ocean here. Maybe some of you desire to be near water as well. Could be that some of you are traveling towards water, or have that somewhere in your future. But nonetheless, it feels like what you don't realize, what's happening underneath the surface is that all this that you've let go is just opening you up to receive the thing on your heart. And you're walking into it. All right, so surface level, let's see what's happening. Surface level, Knight of Wands, that is Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. The Death card, yep, an ending. We talked about that with the Judgment, right? The Death card. Did I forget to mention that? Because that is a card of ending and transitions. Death card, Judgment, Tower, World, Fool, right? Scorpio energy over here with the Death card. And the Emperor, Aries. Wow. Okay, two energies of Mars, right? The Warrior Spirit over here, because we do have the Emperor and the Death card. Scorpio and Aries are both Mars ruled, and I believe Scorpio is also Pluto ruled, in addition to Mars. So you got two planets. Wow, freaking 4 major arcana here. Okay, so surface level, again, you've changed, you've transmuted something. You're not the same person you were a day ago, let alone a month ago, a year ago. You're not that person anymore. You've rebirthed yourself. You're having a renaissance of sorts underneath the surface. That's what's happening. With the Judgment, the Death card is indicating a major change or transition, right? But it's a death to the old version of you, of what was and what no longer, aspects of self perhaps that don't need to be anymore, right? The Knight of Wands, though, is about, and what's funny is I did say travel, right? Oh, I was talking about travel, and wait a minute here. Hold on. I got sidetracked. There is a compass. A compass in this card, right? And Knights are about travel, movement, speed, action. So surface level, there has been a cycle that's come to a major close, okay? One door opens, another one, or one door closes, another one opens, right? We see that here with these two cards. Surface level, you know this. Even though something has come to a close, there has been an ending of a major cycle. Maybe you've gone through, plenty. Again, the warrior spirit is here. The Emperor is that. Mars energy is that fighter. A warring type of thing, planet, right? Yeah, you're it feels like you're coming out of this on top, okay? You're moving past the past. You've changed. You're not the same. You've transformed. You're just a different version of yourself now. But that different version of yourself now with the Emperor is more empowered surface level. You feel more, again, in control. You have healthy boundaries, healthy, like, you know what I mean? It's like, you know what you want. You're not going to settle for less, it feels like, with the Emperor, because he does not take no for an answer. Not only that, he does put his foot down. He protects himself, his energy, the things that he desires most. He protects his kingdom. So I feel like with the Emperor energy, there's like no convincing the Emperor out of the boundaries or the, I feel like, the ideas he has for himself, surface level. Like, I feel like the Emperor is saying you're not taking no for an answer. Maybe that's just the attitude, right, of someone who just knows what they will and will not tolerate, knows what they want in life, is very grounded, secure. It's a number 4, right? It's very stable. It's very stern. It's not always bad, you know, in that sense. It can be a little domineering, maybe, in a shadow aspect, sure. But the vibe that I'm getting from the Emperor is more or less like, look, I know what I want. I've gotten through all of this. I'm sure of myself. I'm secure in myself. I'm empowered now that I've been through this, whatever the death and the judgment that you've released, right? Whatever that is that you've let go. Could be a mindset, could be something that was getting in your way. But it feels like now that you've gotten past all that, past the past, right? You're more self-assured than you've ever been, okay? The Knight of Wands is saying that you're ready to tackle things. You're ready to tackle life, surface level. You're ready to make moves. You're ready to get going. You're ready to do new things, explore new things, travel in the direction of your passions, your ambitions, right? You're not going to stay put. He does not. The Knights do not. There's an idea, you want to pursue it. If you have a passion, ambition, is there a desire to fulfill it. And then the Emperor is like, yeah, I'm going to go out and conquer things, right? I'm going to go out and conquer life. Surface level, there's an excitement or desire to conquer life. Now that you've overcome something from the past, you've gotten through that difficult cycle, you've closed that chapter out in your life, you've made the changes that perhaps you've wanted to make, or you're in the process of making those changes so you can go out and pursue the things that you desire, because desire comes from the Wands energy, for one. But it does feel like you want to go out and achieve things and attack life. Now that you're past this, now that you're past your fears, your worries, your trepidations, or any of that stuff, it's like, it feels like a full-on release, right, of all those things. And it's like a fearless attitude coming from the Emperor. You're ready to take on life and make moves. I'm also getting the vibe, surface level, that there's this feeling of being in the driver's seat. I know where I'm going. I know what I want. I know what I want to do. I know what I want to accomplish. I'll be damned if anybody gets in my way. You know, that kind of thing. This feeling of like, I didn't come this far to be stagnant. You know, that kind of thing. Strong will is what I'm hearing. Strong will, surface level, okay? Strong-willed. And underneath the surface, right, what's happening is that a lot of this, I don't even know if I have a word for it, but it's like a lot of this oomph, right, or motivation, I guess, to do, to accomplish, to achieve, this stubborn energy, like come hell or high water, I'm going to achieve this, right? A lot of that is coming, I feel, from spirit. Like, I feel like spirit's lit this flame inside of you. And it's that fuels you. But it's also that's going to assist you to walk right into it. I think you had to accomplish or let go of a lot of things that would normally create resistance or blockage. You have to let that go underneath the surface. I think you've done that. Surface level and under the surface, I think you've done that. To release the blockages or the resistance that would keep you from it. Okay? I don't think there's anything keeping you from it. But what you don't realize underneath the surface is that this Ace of Cups is here, and it's like you're going to walk right into it. I also want to say with the Knight of Wands, surface level, keep the momentum, okay? Keep your spirits high, right? Stay motivated. Stay confident with the Emperor. Because I feel like there's some shadow work involved in this. I honestly feel like you didn't go through all this shadow work to remove blockages, fears, and resistance. To not get what you seek or not receive your blessings or what you want. I didn't come this far is kind of like what I'm hearing. I didn't come this far to not accomplish my goals or something like that. Okay? That's what these cards are kind of like saying to me. This is a desire on the heart. Okay? So let's see what this says. Hold on. It says, trust your intuition. It's a great time to learn a new skill, change careers, or invest in money. So what's your intuition telling you? Right? Again, over here with the Death card, the Judgment. These are cards of endings, transitions, changes. When something closes, another door opens, a new door opens. The Ace of Cups is that new door. Maybe the Ace of Cups is that new skill, is that new change in career, maybe is new money. I don't know. The Hermit does listen to intuition, though. All he needs is the lamp of divine guidance on his feet. That's it. And the inner wisdom and knowledge that he has and discernment that he has within himself, right? That is a form of intuition, to walk in the dark and trust that you're going to be guided properly, even if you can't see. That is intuition. So intuition is guiding you in this direction underneath the surface. Intuition is putting you on this path to pursue with the Knight of Wands. And stubborn as all heck over here with the Emperor. Like, I think surface level, nothing's going to keep you from what you want. Nothing's going to keep you from what the divine has inspired within you, basically. Rightfully so. Because I also feel like the divine wouldn't have inspired you with that if it wasn't meant to be yours, or if it wasn't meant to be fulfilled and accomplished in some way. But intuition is putting you on this path, and you are, it feels like you are loyal to that. You're being loyal to those intuitive nudges that you are pursuing. Okay, so pile number 3, this is your reading. If you feel that this has helped or connected for you, by all means, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe to support this channel. If you want to take it a step further to support what I do, consider checking me out on Etsy. I have beautiful handmade crystal jewelry, other crafts that I make with my 2 hands. I have moldavite, living glass, other tektites and pseudo tektites there as well. And I have personal readings when available. Okay, so I know I've been behind. I haven't gotten a chance to put any personal readings back up in the shop. It's because I've been trying to get caught up on all my jewelry orders. As soon as that gets caught up, I will be sure to get back to personal readings again. So I would say if you're looking for a personal reading, check in every once in a while to see if anything's been posted. But I promise I will be getting some more personal readings out to you guys soon. So much love to you wherever you are. Take care of yourself, number 3 viewers, and always keep shining.